Oh, it's that time. It's here. We're here, and we are back. Back on the grind, back on the expert playlist. I hope everybody is having an amazing Monday. We out here, and we're gonna have a special night tonight. The Final Fantasy VII remake is out of our hair. I finished the intermission in secret. That was a very fun thing. It was very short. I easily could have been a single stream, but I decided not to, since RPGs can be kind of on the long-winded side. And that's fine. That's fine. It was enjoyable. Yuffie's chapter was cute, and though it may be a little while before we circle back to Rebirth, it was a fun experience to get down on an RPG again. You know, it's been a while. My discernment has not cooked past anything that you don't need to control with two analogs in quite some time. So it was nice to jump back into a game with a little bit more story, a little bit more of an even pace, and something to think a little bit more tactically instead of just, relying on my thumbs and my brain to do all the heavy lifting. Now, with that having been said, tonight we're going to be circling back into the Remedy Cinematic Universe. If you do not know what the Remedy Cinematic Universe is, I'll tell you. Famed developer Remedy, creators of Max Payne, creators of Quantum Break, creators of Control, and Alan Wake, have, at some point, after the release of Max Payne 1 and 2, which are actually the IPs owned by Rockstar, and after setting off on their own creative ambitions with the TV show / sci-fi third-person shooter hybrid Quantum Break to varying degrees of success, they then threw their hat back into the fray with Control, a game that I think was their first step and their first attempt to connect all of their other games together. Alan Wake came out in 2010 after Remedy and Rockstar kind of parted ways on whatever Max Payne would be. It was in Rockstar's hands, and Remedy splintered off, went to Microsoft to do Quantum Break. Went to Microsoft to do Alan Wake, and then do Quantum Break for the Xbox One later on. But with Control, there seems to be somewhat of a really meta attempt to link all of Remedy's other stories together, i.e. why Alan Wake 2 can be so... It can seem so vast in its narrative scope, and seem like it has so many layers that tend to make references or callbacks to not only other things that Remedy's worked on, but certain characters and entities, like the Federal Bureau of Control, the group that's one of the groups that's pursuing Alan Wake in the sequel, are actually the focal point of tonight's game. The aptly named Control. What is the FBC? What do the Federal Bureau of Control do? What is a para-utilitarian? Which is the word the FBC used to refer to a person like Alan Wake. A person who can take the creativity in his mind and somehow make it reality. We're answering these questions tonight, because we're finally going to get around to playing Control. Now, I don't know what to expect past the initial 10 minutes. I do know this is a badass balls to the wall game with heavy narrative thrust, so
fair warning.
expecting greatness.
This is gonna be weirder than usual. Can't be helped.
I can't wait to see how this connects to every
You
other
called
game
me.
I've played from Remedy.
So here I am.
At this point, we've played all of them. I wouldn't be surprised.
I know I shut you out sometimes.
This was fascinating enough to make us return.
I'm
to Alan
always
Wake.
glad to hear from you. It's just that I get my hopes up. So many times it's led to nothing. I found nothing. It's like we live in a room, and there's a poster on the wall. We stare at it and we think that's the whole world. The room and the poster. The picture's something nice. A landscape, a famous person. Like in that movie, what is it called? The prison movie. The room's a cell, and the picture, it's different for each of us. It can be beautiful or terrible, but we're all transfixed. But it's all a lie. Something to distract us from the truth. They're lying to us. We're lying to ourselves. The room's not the world. The world is much bigger and much stranger. There's a hole hidden behind that poster that leads to the real world. We all feel safe in that room. But sometimes something crawls out from behind the poster. And the ones that see it happen freak out and try to forget what they saw. I'm here. Why did you bring me here?
Hello?
Why, indeed.
Anyone here?
Yeah, shoutouts to the Northlight engine. This is the same engine that's going to be powering the Max Payne remakes. Again, R.I.P. James McCaffrey. Yeah, it's just like high school. Oh man, is this one of those games where I'm gonna have to like get out of the corner? I like being in the corner. It's nice here. The corner is cool, man. Hi. Hey, September, what's up? Welcome back. You're on the train? You see? Like I'm sure the criteria is for being a member of the Federal Bureau of Control. This is the kind of loyalty we need here. Alright? Even with a bad connection, the playlist still plays. We're playing Control tonight. Actually, this is actually part of my training package. Let's see what this thing says. Certain objects are not allowed inside the Bureau. Recent incidents have necessitated an issued reminder on prohibited materials. Unauthorized weapons, pagers, laptops, smartwatches, smartphones, smart gaming devices. Anything smart. Number 2 pencils. Any objects considered iconic representations of an archetypal concept, e.g., rubber ducks, ketchup bottles. What? All material under Bureau investigation is to be brought in through the private entrances. If you see any lobby personnel in breach of these policies, please notify your supervisor immediately. What? Damn. You can't even bring in number 2 pencils? Why? And no iconic representations of archetypal concepts? So, like, if you have a backpack that's shaped like a pineapple, you probably couldn't get in, right? Or like if you had headphones with cat ears on them, You know? That's so odd and specific. I wonder why. I wonder what havoc it would wreak on this place. This place seems like it's filled with bad juju. Like, what do we do here? What do we do at the Federal Bureau of Control? I have questions. Why did the doors open on their own without me touching them? Bureau expenditures. Okay, let's see. Staffing, surveillance, redacted. Data center initiative, construction, redacted. Minor, office equipment, janitorial costs, redacted. Mold removal, HQ livability costs. Can I unredact these notes? Asking for a friend.
This seal. I saw it a long time ago. I keep seeing it in my dreams.
You keep seeing the Federal Bureau of Control's logo in your dreams? That's not good. Who's this bloke? What does that say? Head of Research, Dr. Casper Darling. Oh, well, that's who he is. Something tells me we're going to meet this guy. You know? Oh, no. Hold on. I have to turn off the lab and test something out. All right, yeah. Okay. Shoutouts to the soundboard working. Don't use it nearly as much as we should. What? What? Our bureau at work. That's somebody's back. And you know what? I think that's Ahti. I think that's the janitor from Alan Wake. Or, since this game came out first, it's the janitor that also appears in Alan Wake. I bet that's Ahti. I bet that's him. I have my suspicions, but I'm pretty sure that's him. He seems like a watcher, like a Marvel, like in Marvel. He seems like a paracausal, metaphysical being not bound by the constraints of time or space. He just appears where he's needed. You know, he's like he's like the magical Negro of Native Americans. You know, just. Oh. Fuck. Ooh.
Federal Bureau of Control. All these years I've been looking for them and they were hiding in plain sight.
Finnish Society of Magical Native Americans. Sam Lake, you did this. This was your doing. Unga bunga. The glass is so fucking clean, I keep trying to walk through it. Oh yeah, there's no archetypal representations of otherwise existing objects. So of course, none of the bags in their vending machines have pictures of potato chips or like what the food is on them. They have to just be as literal as possible. In a plain, nondescript white bag. That's very clever. Yeah, look, the other shit is just like protein, fibers, protein, calcium, you know, shit like that. Well, shout outs to consistency, and I can already see if the game is written like this and the world is already represented this well in the subtext of the world, like in the subtext of the environmental design, we're in for it, man. No smart TVs, no smart anything. That explains why they don't have flat screens, and their TVs are really old. Look at the typewriters they use. Look how low tech the typewriters are. I love it. I love it. Oh, wait, no. Attention all redacted. A shark in his, although secure, permission to following basic protocol, shoot to kill. Good luck. What? We fighting sharks? I don't have a weapon. I need a weapon, you know? To quote the Master Chief himself. Somebody's playing music. Very likely on 8-track. Very likely on an 8-track. Let's see. Hello. As you should all know by now, the R4 reports are due by the end of the week. We're still waiting on them from a number of people. If you need an extension, please request form R4.E from your supervisor. If you think you're exempt from filing an R4, then you'll need to get written permission from your department chief saying so. What is happening? What am I reading? If your R4 requires interdepartmental claims, then please contact the appropriate department head as needed. Thursday's the annual policy review, huh? I'm sure this is necessary information that will come in handy later, you know. Chekhov's memo, as it were. Ahti, is that you?
Hello?
I would know those. Oh, I would know that beautiful voice anywhere. That's Ahti. I'm telling you, fam. I might be getting his name wrong. This is just the first name that pops into my head.
Hey, excuse me.
There you are.
It is.
You
His
hear
name
about the
is
job?
Ahti. See, I'm telling you.
Janitor's assistant.
Hey, man.
You need to go to the
He
interview.
unlocked the multiverse.
Go that way to the elevator.
Thanks. Elevator that way. Got it.
Very good. I'm Ahti, the janitor, by the way. You'll work for me. You can say I sent you. If they don't hire you, then you are no helvet. There be work for the axe. Take them behind the sauna, jumalauta.
I've done enough night shift loner jobs to know it makes us come off weird. Ahti the janitor is a friendly face in my book.
Better than somebody with no face at all. Think about it. No
Why
face.
didn't you hear my internal
But
monologue?
that said, I know what you're thinking. If there's an axe murderer around, that's him.
Yeah, like he's got this weird habit of balancing really kind and thoughtful things with really gruesome and or morbid things. And it's giving me whiplash. Like I don't know if you've ever encountered something like that in your everyday life. You talk to people who just like they go from 0 to 100 really fast, or y'all are just having a normal conversation about ducks or something, and then they just overshare and pull you into a rabbit hole of trauma randomly, and you're just like, what the fuck? How did this happen? How did we get here? Why am I hyperventilating? This is Ahti. I would love to sit down and have a cup of coffee with something like Ahti, but I feel like, I'd also lose my mind. I swear, this compulsion to check every single corner of this place is completely normal. Am I doing the thing? Tokusatsu. Show me the way, fam. Did this give me the option to crank up the FOV and I did, or is the game just really like this? It's on graphics mode. Oh no, baby, what is you doing? This game looks so good and is so consistent in its frame rate lock that I didn't realize we were playing it at 30 frames. Woo! I don't even want to touch the analog stick right now. I feel like my eyeballs are going to melt. I didn't know. Whoa. Oh, Lord. We got the frames back. All right. Oh, the buttery smoothness. The smooth, buttery smoothness of it all. Look, feel the buttery smoothness. Feel my buttery smoothness. Did I just run all the way out to the entrance? See what happens when you don't play at 60 frames per second? You don't realize you've been passing the same two pictures over and over and over again? You don't realize you've been in the same bathroom, down the same hallway, past the same janitor, into the same office, outside of the same office, past the same... Is that the same vending machine or is that a different? Tell me, how do I get deeper in? How do I reach the inner depths? Okay, I know I ran here. Like, no. I'm gonna lose my mind. Octi, tell me the secret now. How? How do I penetrate the bureau further? Question asked entirely in earnest.
The cell and the poster. I was 11 years old the first time I saw behind the poster. They told me I imagined it. I've been trying to pull it down ever since. Will you help?
What does she mean by that? I love these framing choices. I feel like I'm watching the intro to like a true crime drama. This is exactly how many true crime television shows start. Like I'm getting True Detective vibes here. You know what I mean? Like a true crime with like a dash of Outer Limits. A dash of Outer Limits. Bong. Oh, I love it.
Did I lose you there for a moment?
Right back into the gameplay.
You know what's on my mind. My baby brother, Dylan. 17 years since the men of this bureau took him.
Trench, do not disturb. Let me read the things. Barbara, I am not to be disturbed. Cancel all of my appointments for the day. For the rest of the week. I can't trust them, Barbara. Not a single one. Trench. I'm assuming... I mean, I have ears. I know you can't tell because of these giant headphones I'm wearing. Shoutouts to Sony. Shoutouts to PlayStation. Pulse 3D wireless headsets. Available now. Yeah, but I have large ears. I can hear coffee boiling in Brazil, and I can tell you that was a gunshot. Being in this close proximity, that was a gunshot. Did the director just gunshot himself?
Shit. Shit. You want me to pick it up? The murder weapon? Really?
I want to remind everybody, we saw a version of this earlier. Like, he totally 86'd himself like 10 minutes ago, but... No, how I feel about just...
And there goes the poster.
Objects of power can cause or be results of AWE's altered world events, intrusions upon the perceived reality. Now, the service weapon is, of course, a prime example of an OOP, a very powerful one. Ingrained in the Bureau's DNA, a key component in our prime candidate program. Come out of that Russian roulette a winner and you're it.
That's interesting. Just also adore
Look
the
at this
idea of
place.
Remedy devs.
Where am I?
With so much passion and I just love the idea. Seem like choices abstract concepts. This game is quite buttery smooth, I must say. What the hell is happening? She's kind of powerful, dude. Jesus Christ. Jesus. She can affect the flow of air.
The same, though.
Can a force to crack the very... That looks like it transforms into something else.
Okay. Now I have a gun.
Look at how reactive and unstable it looks. That's like... that's what we call the art team cooking. Like, can you imagine? It looks like a living thing. Like it's just bursting with chaotic energy. But moreover, shoutouts to this game being on PS5. I can see we're making use of the adaptive triggers. I'd love to see it. I've had this on Xbox as well. It's great. Thingies in it. She's doing. Chill with that shit. No. Jesus. Jesus. She's fucking powerful. Fires way faster than I thought it did. Wow. Look at this. Good lord. Okay, listen. Not only is this a resplendent display of power, should I miss the end? Is everything destructible? Are we going back to the Max Payne 2 level of visual destruction? Make no mistake, it's a metaphor.
Something's coming.
It's a metaphor.
This threat. An attack. Duty as director. Keep the Bureau safe.
Did you hear that? It's the dead man. Right after the pyramid spoke to me, and it was just noise, and I understood every word. And this gun's alive. You know what? I'm happy. Happy to be here. Things have quieted down outside. Is it safe to go?
How long has she been at the FBC? Is this like her first day? Is this training exercise? Oh my god. Spielberg's outside of the fantasy world. Holy shit. I feel so powerful right now.
You can't let this happen. 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 You can't let this happen.
Don't let it happen.
You stopped it. You. Oh, thank you. That was horror.
Like, you're not coming at me when I have the power of the force push. Like, fuck your thermos. Look at this. Good lord. Gravy. Fuck your desk. All of it. Look at that. Oh my god. Look at the blinds. Jesus. Graphics. Ah. Excuse me. I didn't expect it to be like this. The fact that that doesn't have like a cooldown or a limit to it is insane to me. She out here just breaking down whole hallways with the touch of a... Why does that have no cooldown? Zachariah Trench. James McCaffrey. All right, let's see. Service weapon, OOP-1KE. No unique procedures required. Description, para-utility. See, it's a para-utility. This object's form is variable. Like I said, this thing looks like it's bursting with chaotic living energy. Like it can't wait to turn into something devastating. But I digress. When bound, the object allows para-utilitarians to redact it. This object must only be bound by individuals seeking the role of redacted. The object will determine whether redacted. If rejected, the applicant is terminated. This process is dictated by the redacted, even though their criteria is unknown. Okay, so what I can surmise from this thing is, the object allows para-utilitarians to shape it. The object must only be bound by individuals who are seeking the role of, I guess commanding its forms. The object itself will determine whether or not the shape that you're trying to make it adhere to is valid. And if the shape you're trying to conceive with it is rejected, then the person trying to make the shape will just be killed by it. So is that what happened to the boss? Is that what happened to the director? This was the gun we found next to his body, and obviously it's not rejecting me. Like, look at this. The object, this gun, was discovered inside the oldest house, in the room that is now used as the director's office. The popular hypothesis is that it's taken many forms throughout history, including Mjolnir, Excalibur, Varnostra, and Varanastra, all weapons that I want to say amplify the magical abilities or the, the supernatural abilities of their wielders, i.e. Mjolnir was a conduit for Thor's thunder. Excalibur, I think, bestowed great strength. There's things in there. If objects of power are the convergence of forces based on the collective subconscious, then this may be the original manifestation of that event. Interesting. I wonder what made it take the form of a pistol first. Shit.
Objects of power can cause or be results of AWE's altered world events, intrusions upon the perceived reality. A side note, remember to cover their connection to the astral plane as well. Now, the service weapon is, of course, a prime example of an OOP, a very powerful one.
It's a cube.
Ingrained in the Bureau's DNA, a key component in our prime candidate program. Come out of that Russian roulette a winner and you're it. Lose and you're, well, fired. Thank you. I'm Dr. Darling, head of research, Federal Bureau of Control.
Oh, that's Casper. See, I knew we'd see him. So that thing is a cube? Well, don't I feel like the chosen one? I'm glad we can contextualize my weapon in such a, not too often that your ability to wield a weapon is canonically justified. Am I going the right way?
The hotline. Secure line of communication. Guide us. Reach the hotline.
The hotline, says the dead man. Okay.
They're doing weird shit. We have monsters. Whoa! I don't have time to ask why he's floating like this. So did any of them cook just now? Like, what happened here? What did they just accomplish? She's turning 46. I don't know where that chanting is coming from, but I've seen enough documentaries on cults to know that this is not an isolated incident. You know, this is how it starts. You start hearing this shit in your head. Then next thing you know, you're standing over your kitchen sink with a butter knife in your hand, and you don't know how you got there. Listen to that. You hear the bass? See how the people are floating? Why are the people floating? Like, are we emotionally prepared for the people floating? What is the Sherman Ranch?
The hissing sound that tried to invade me earlier. The hiss, burrowing into everything in this place. Is the hiss your enemy? Alright, it's our enemy. That babble's contagious. It burrows in like an infuriating melody that makes you hum it over and over.
Kidding, when I say something is very contagious. Hand Hadouken? Why would I find a reason to not use it? Just walking around with gun palm and
ready.
What do you mean?
Cleanse the control point. What does that mean? Help me fix it.
Talking to herself like that, we're gonna have to consider her reliable
Holy shit. You did it. We did it.
Hello? Can you hear me? Are you with us?
fast travel.
With the Bureau? Are you still sane? Please, talk to me.
How?
We saw you deal with the compromised agents.
Is it this person?
Can't tell you how happy I am to talk to somebody sane.
The feeling's mutual. Yeah, I'm Pope, Emily Pope, Dr. Darling's assistant.
My turn.
Okay.
Should I lie?
Jesse Faden. I'm just visiting.
I should have lied.
Oh shit! You're the new
Why
director.
does she have two parallel
Hold on,
lines of thought?
we're coming out.
I wonder if this is her back in time, observing herself, critiquing past events through the lens of the present. I know that sounds wild,
Director
but it's not too wild
Faden.
for Remedy.
Call me Jesse.
Okay, Jesse. I'm Emily. Look, somehow this hostile force, this...
Hiss?
that works? Somehow the Hiss managed to infiltrate the building without any warning.
And just like that, my name for it is official. The hiss. Like the sound of poison gas leaking in.
We're in full lockdown. It seems to have spread everywhere and to everyone not protected by an HRA. And, extraordinarily, you. You are the director, and that makes you special by definition. Trench is no longer
the
the director,
director now?
obviously. I'm sorry, I'm talking too much. This whole situation is just a lot.
Wow.
Trench is dead. Shot.
Ah,
I found his body. And the gun.
Do I tell her it looked like a suicide?
the service weapon.
Also,
They didn't see how it happened?
and this
Surprised
can
they don't
sound
have that
crazy,
ability.
but he keeps appearing to me, saying things. It's hard to make out, but he told me to cleanse the control point, push the hiss out. The whole room shifted around.
You did that? And you entered the building when it was already in the lockdown before you became the new director? How?
I'm not ready to tell her about you yet.
A janitor let me in.
I love it. This is fucking unbelievable. It's...
I have so many
I
questions
can't
right now.
even... Look, Jesse, I have a million questions, and
Yeah,
you
same.
probably have a million more.
Like, do you know my brother Dylan?
I have dozens of questions.
Not yet.
But there's something
She's
I need to
whispering in her
ask you to
own
do
ear, I
first.
swear.
If you can cleanse a control point, then you can maybe cure those infected or possessed by the hiss. Because if that's possible, our options are very different.
Really?
Emily Pope. I don't know her, but I like her already. She's the opposite of the faceless agency I've blamed for what happened to me for so long. But I can't trust her yet. Or rather, the Bureau she's a part of.
Yes,
So we don't trust the FBC.
I can try.
I'm speaking for you, of course. We can try it together.
What?
Okay. You with me?
Okay.
We did it before. Push the hiss out.
Where did these guys come from?
You've always been the new hero. You want this to be true.
I mean, not for nothing. We could all be so lucky to be possessed by things that force us to do complex yoga. I mean, when she gets back into her own body, she'll be so loosened up that, you know, she'll probably forgive the cosmic entity that did this to her in the first place. You know what I mean? Her spina bifida looks completely realigned.
It didn't work. The hiss has burrowed too deep.
Yeah, I was gonna say that didn't look like saving to me. That kind of looked like that kind of looked like death. What does it say? Okay, the hiss manifests in human hosts in numerous ways. The most common and least intense form is seen in the many corrupted agents floating throughout the bureau. Oh, interesting. The hiss agents have maintained their human appearance, undergoing no obvious physical transformation. I love this. The most notable distinction from an unaffected human is the fact that they levitate. But these hiss have displayed no aggressive behavior. They only seem interested in vocalizing the strange incantation ad infinitum. Yeah. I was just about to say this. Perhaps the vessels are only meant to propagate the hiss corruption, like spores or Wi-Fi boosters, literally using people as human Netgear Wi-Fi amplifiers, just bouncing the corruption, just bouncing the incantation, you know, keeping the signal strong. That's so terrible. But, or are they cocoons, preparing to enter their next stage of evolution? When attacked, hiss agents disappear, perhaps entering a state of invisibility or undergoing a transformation into a purely resonant form. I.e., attacking them doesn't free them. It's thought that they're either disappearing as a defense mechanism or just disintegrating into the great nothingness. Which is pretty sad. That means if humans are already floating out there, they're already dead.
Ripping it out rips them apart.
There's no saving.
Jesse, over here. We need to make a plan, Jesse.
Just when I thought I'd have to sit through an entire game full of cleansing animations. They were like, nah, man, these people are cooked. Even you can't save them. Something oddly funny to me about that baby. Where is she? My air conditioner is screaming right now. Hold on. Listen, I know you can't control building shifts, but the executive level restroom has been missing for weeks now. What? I worked my ass off in the Islamabad station for 3 years. I've earned the right to a nice workplace shitter. If you can't bring it back, at least find out where it went. Wow. Why don't you just take an interdimensional poop and trap it into some weird pocket dimension? You know? Just craft an interdimensional shitter. And build it into your seat.
I can't cleanse them.
I saw. It was worth a shot. Thank you, Director. Jesse.
I mean, we tried.
I'm gonna tell her why I'm here. I'll risk it.
Listen, the Bureau was involved in an incident in my hometown, Ordinary, 17 years ago.
Your hometown's name is
The
Ordinary.
Bureau came in and covered the whole thing up. I've been looking for this place for a long time.
That's enough. Maybe that's too much already. I can't tell her about Dylan and the rest yet.
I've seen mentions of an Altered World event case dealing with Ordinary. You were at Ground Zero as a child? It was one of the big ones.
Yes.
And before my time. And very classified. I can try to dig out some old files for you. My boss, Casper Darling, would know, but he's missing. I think he knew this was coming, or suspected. He came up with the HRAs, the Hadron Resonance Amplifiers.
Really?
I think they're what saved us. Or a few of us. And Director Trench would know.
Trench, the ghost, or whatever he is, he mentioned something called the Hotline. Said I should find it.
It's another object of power, like the gun, an old Bakelite telephone. A direct line of communication between the director and the board. Maybe he can talk to you more clearly through that. I mean, Trench has years and years of experience.
Wow.
He might know how to destroy the Hiss.
Where is the Hotline?
It's kept in the communications department through the mailroom. It's part of this sector, so we can access it even with the lockdown in place. We'll get the door open for you.
Okay, that's my next stop.
That's Tomasi's department. He's the head of communications. I don't think he had an HRA. He kind of made a point about not wearing one earlier. Keep an eye out.
Okay.
They call me the director. But that's not me. I'm not a director type. I'm not a leader.
What do you mean?
Why am I here? I think you already know. Yes, I came for my brother, but there are other reasons too. I said I was looking for answers, but I might never understand them. I'm not looking for proof. This is already it. More than enough. No matter what they told me all those years, I know it's real now.
Wow.
I didn't imagine this. I want to be a part of this world. What scares me shitless is that I finally found it. Only to see the Hiss destroy it all.
The Hiss. Phone have no numbers on it.
I know this is all new to you, so don't hesitate to ask me anything you want to know. There are no stupid... The hotline should be in the communications department.
What are HRAs?
So HRAs stop you from becoming Hiss.
Well, it seems that way. I mean, I hadn't even heard of an HRA until a few weeks ago when Dr. Darling started handing them out. Well, I began analyzing mine as soon as I got it. I mean, each one seems to emit a powerful short-range frequency way beyond anything I've ever seen.
Doesn't the timing seem suspicious?
I thought that too. Dr. Darling usually likes to unveil his latest breakthrough in big presentations. With these, he just passed them out. Yeah, his behavior makes me wonder what exactly he knew.
This Trench guy. I keep hearing him in my head. Is he a ghost? Haunting me?
I doubt we're talking about a ghost in the traditional sense, but an echo maybe. See, if he was killed by the service weapon, your gun, maybe it's his final thoughts recorded by the bullet in his brain, like a deep space probe sending back data. But that's just a hypothesis on my part. I need the gun to research it. But you better hold on to that given the circumstances.
I think I will. Yeah. Thanks, Emily. I'm sure I'll have more questions soon.
Just let me know.
Naturally, as in naturally terrible. It's so funny. I was just looking at the news the other day, and they were saying, "Oh yeah, the crime is on the rise in New York City subways as criminals return to the underground." And it's like, really? Is that a thing? I mean, I don't know. I try my best to not take the train these days. If I can help it. Oh man, so I kind of have to. You know, it's unfortunate, but I don't think I can explain this game to you. It's very strange. I don't think there's anything to explain yet. If that makes any sense at all. Everything that's kind of happening in this game is kind of happening.
There it is again. Our welcome message.
Like, you're gonna have to ride this out with me a little bit, because I am or am not an agent in the Federal Bureau of Control, which is an agency that deals with paracausal and interdimensional and or world-altering events. Like, say, if your toaster starts talking to you, or I don't know, if while you're watching a video on YouTube, you start hearing a demonic whisper in your ear. These are the kind of things that the FBC kind of isolates and tries to eradicate before the greater public at large can find out about them. In a best case scenario, they can actually harness this power, figure out how it works, and maybe use it to their advantage. I don't know what's going on in this game. Because as soon as the game begins, the director of the FBC shoots himself in the head moments before you arrive. And that's kind of where we are right now. Like, I took his weapon. I was able to cleanse a mental hellscape of someone else's creation. And now we're here. Like, do you hear the sound in the background? Are you hearing this? This is apparently what people are being infected by and what they're hearing. Before they turn into a monster or before they become it's been nicknamed the Hiss by our main characters. This is yapping. He's talking about I'm an orange peel. Like, you know the kind of people that call you orange peel? The kind of people that want to peel when you see it. I don't even care about what he's saying. I just care about the way he's saying it. He'll be all right.
Yes, it's overpowering here. You don't want me anywhere near it. With you on that.
She's talking to herself again. That was really stupid, but I'm glad we established that already. Nope. Nope. Stop it. What is a hiss barrier? Do we need to know what that is? The answer is yes. The hiss resonance field is a physical impediment that is difficult to define. Ooh. Hiss barriers appear as ways to impede escape or access by Bureau personnel. Okay. 2 methods have been discovered for lowering them. Destroy the hiss entities in the area. Okay. The resonance fields seem to require support for their size and density from other, non-connected sources of hiss resonance. So it basically needs a battery. Cool. I feel like the mystery around the hiss is carrying. I'm not that intimidated. I know I'm gonna regret saying communication is straight ahead. There better not be somebody in the stall just waiting. Some poor constipated ghoul. Right. Someone left a whole confidential file on the floor of the women's restroom. unanticipated building shifts. Like what? You'll be standing in a room and suddenly it'll shift the architecture around you to the way it was at some other point in time. What does that mean? What does a high likelihood of building shifts mean? An auditory event occurred at the United States Embassy in Havana. The staff experienced sudden intense vibrations and noise accompanied by an intense pressure in the ears. Interesting. And at the end of it all, a single cowboy boot couldn't stop vibrating, which caused them to identify it as an altered item. And they've been experimenting on it ever since. Wow. I love that letter. If I'm not mistaken, Alex Garland is using that same font for his Civil War poster. Which, definitely have thoughts on that film. It was pretty alright. It wasn't bad. It was pretty alright, but its refusal to, I think, I think one of my favorite critics, well, there's a lot of sound in it. Dead.
There it is again. Our welcome message.
That's not welcome. Dead letters. You let him cook. Yo, rib cage. Wow. How did she do that? How? So it's just like bonfire. Where are the communications for? I love that the tradition of legitimately bizarre television shows
What's
that idea.
wrong? My mom's dead. I'm so sorry, Meg. What happened? I don't know. He passed it out. It's like the director says, confidential missing in actions. She walked into the city and didn't come back.
Yeah, she did.
I don't know what missing in actions is, but I sure wish someone would find her.
She did.
I hope you looked over. We'll find your mama together.
That was so weird. Like I say, trauma comes in all shapes and sizes.
Communications. We're on the right track.
Happening.
Object of power. Looks like the hiss have latched onto it. We need to cleanse it.
Floppy disk, really?
It's harder to hear you when I'm here. It's like the channel's been changed. The board's in charge here. They're pyramids in Bureau Seal. Are they really the ones pulling the strings? I'm not their director. I'm no one's director.
Oh my gosh, what? Launch and align the cube thingamajig. I'm glad they said it so I didn't have to. exactly what it looked like. It looked like a thingamajig. That's it. I've got a new description for the game, September. Control. Thingamajigs. I don't know, call me crazy. I'm just under the impression that being hit with a giant slab of concrete is much worse than being shot by a few bullets.
There you are. You were gone. Cut off. I got it. Just like you wanted, right? This will help me fight the hiss.
It's a move called launch. So who do I get to use it on? Who wants to bet it's something small? She was gonna break her legs when I did that, but why she's seeing so many agents from her own agency. This is weird. That's what you gotta do. You gotta stare them down in the face, even if they have a rocket launcher pointed at you. this show again, please. No. No.
Hey, Meg! What's wrong?
My mom's dead.
I'm so sorry, Meg. What happened?
I don't know. They blacked it out.
It's like the director says. Confidential and children both start with C.
The director's a puppet. They run for person.
Dad says my mama went missing in action. She walked into the city and didn't come back. I don't know what missing in actions is, but I sure wish someone would find her.
I'll help you look, Telfer. We'll find your mama together.
All headers must be. Under the conceptual reality behind this reality, you must want these waves to drag you away. After this also the titles of applause. This cliche has gotten out of time, breaking the first, the second, the third, the fourth wall, the fifth wall, floor, no floor, floor, you fall. How do you say it's insane? Hurts to be happy. With your words, it's a one you can stop baby, 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 yeah. Just plastic. So safe for nothing to worry about. Funny. Plastic breaks down. The hole in your room is a hole in you. You came and we let you in.
Emily said that the hotline can be reached through the mailroom. Locked. Maybe there's a key nearby.
You're listening to America Overnight, mystifying the airwaves for more than 29 years.
Oh, well, that's cool. Sure, I'll take
Thank
it.
you for staying up with us. Ghosts. We've had many callers over the years tell us of hauntings, voices, and other phantasmagorical phenomena. Today, friend of the show, Dr. Quincy Reagan tells his story. Quincy, thanks. This is something I experienced recently
Okay.
while staying at the Chili Pines Motel in
Okay.
Macon for last year's SuspicionCon. I was in room 47. The night manager, an avid listener of the program, insisted I take this particular room. Now, the manager explained that years back, the body of a man was discovered under the bed, inside that wooden border that motel beds tend to have. And the body had been there a week, he said. Guests had stayed there, sleeping with the corpse a foot below 'em. They only found the body when housekeepers complained about the smell. Hauntings have been reported in room 47 ever since. I happily took the room. I fell asleep pretty quick, checking under the bed first, of course. No ghosts visited me, no chilly spots or flickering lights. But when I woke up, I found myself under the bed. It was dark and stiflingly hot. Luckily, I was able to push the mattress off and crawl out before I suffocated. The night manager was kind enough to find me another room.
There you have it, listeners. What we call ghosts take many forms. Quincy was brave enough to tell his story, and I encourage you to keep calling and writing whenever you encounter something strange, something you can't explain. Maybe you're seeing colors that we have no name for. Maybe your toaster is possessed. Remember, dear listeners, when no one else believes you, we do. America Overnight, we'll be right back.
Hold on. Give me a sec.
The last egg.
Houdini! Ah! that is a resume. Sorry about that. Had to answer my doorbell. Then I had to defumigate some demons.
They can fly now. Great.
Now the demons are flying. Is that correct? Never a dull moment. I think I'm gonna stay back here. Okay, I take it back. Oh wow, that was awful. Oh Jesus. Killed by furniture. Is that a wave in my chat? I don't want to admit it, but God, that's hideous.
They can fly now. Great.
What kind of gunfight is this? I'm dodging everyday household items. An active role in the combat keeps your health up. I'm all about that. You lose 10% of your source every time you die. I don't know what that means, but something tells me it's gonna bother me really soon. We're gonna get this. I can feel it.
They can fly now. Great.
like, whatever. Look at that. AI art has legs coming out of his ass.
I have a feeling he'll be back.
She's played video games before.
Let
Good for her. What?
Stay focused. The hotline should be past the mailroom.
Well, this is absolutely the mailroom. Looks like that leads upstairs.
Alright, take this down. The situation in Cuba has been evaluated by the relevant authorities. The mysterious illness affecting the staff at the U.S. Embassy in Havana was caused by sonic weaponry in the hands of a foreign power. Numerous personnel have damage to the inner ear, but most are expected to make a full recovery. Of course, the event also damaged their cellular walls, but we can't blame that on some stupid noise gun. Thank God no local doctors examined them first. Honestly, what are the odds an alternate item would show up inside a U.S. embassy? Talk about good luck, huh? So much easier to... Hey, are you still recording this?
Whoops.
Alright, take this down. The situation in Cuba has been evaluated by the relevant authorities. The mysterious illness affecting the staff...
Alberto Tomasi, head of comms.
By sonic weaponry in the hands
The hiss
of
got him.
Power. Numerous personnel have damage to the inner ear, but most are expected to make a full recovery. Of course, the event also damaged...
The hotline can't be far now.
You can't blame that on some stupid noise gun. Thank God no local doctors examined them first. Honestly, what are the odds an alternate item would show up inside a U.S. embassy? Talk about good luck, huh? So much easier to... Are you still recording this?
Like, he didn't want to be exposed before. He definitely is now.
The Ocean View Motel and Casino. Dream Logic. The Light Switch Court.
we tried to finesse that. We've been through so much together. I didn't think they'd leave me out to dry like that. Never meet your heroes. That's the lesson here.
Been here before? No. I've stayed at a lot of roadside motels across the country, on the road, on the run, under the radar. This feels like all of them, like something recognized from a dream.
So like overlapping versions of the same place.
Hello? Anyone here?
Anything? No? No? There's nothing down this hallway. What the heck gives? I guess I'll bite. Let's try this again. where we find it? Looks like Director Trench was coming down to the hotline chamber a lot. Double entries, entries on top of entries. Bureau agents arrived at the home of a local celebrity located at Blair, which had been connected to a total of Blair disappearances in the area. Agents found no one inside. While searching a closet, an agent pulled the light switch cord and disappeared from view. Huh. The light switch in the Broom's home closet disappeared during this event? That's hilarious.
Alright, take this down.
No, stop it. We already listened to that like 2-3 times. I don't know how I keep getting inside of this place, though. That's the thing.
Key has a black pyramid on it.
Does it now? Spicy. The Hotline Seashell is a bridge. Directors can call them. What is all of this? I beg. Well, that was scary.
It is a phone. It's an object of power.
Object of communication.
It doesn't connect to any typical network.
Communication.
A direct line to the astral plane and the board. And my hypothesis is, under the right conditions, to other planes of existence as well.
This phone doesn't dial out, all you do is answer it.
A director needs a team. My management team. These people know the secrets of the Bureau as well as I do. Some even better. Darling, Tomasi, Salvador,
James.
Marshall. Marshall especially, my head of operations.
Interesting.
She sees right through me. She knows I don't like relying on people. The only person you should fail is yourself. But things change when you become director.
I have it. The hotline. I can reach Trench. Well, listen to him. He feels more like an echo. An echo with important info. I need to get back to Emily. People react strongly when I tell them about you. Is it too soon to tell Emily? She might be able to help.
Gosh darn it. Yeah, navigating this building is actually giving me hives. Reload speed, accuracy, ammo cost per shot is interesting. Projectile spread is interesting.
Jesse, did you get the hotline? I mean, how is it out there? The comms, the hiss? Sorry.
I got the hotline. I can make out what Trench is saying now.
Incredible. What did he say?
He talked about his management team. People who knew the Bureau's secrets. Your boss, Darling. Tomasi, but he's gone. The hiss got him. Salvador?
He's the head of security.
And Marshall?
Helen Marshall is head of operations. She's tough, ex-CIA. She took her Rangers and went to the research sector to secure the HRA production. She hasn't come back.
Someone who could help us. The other sectors. How do I get there?
It's impossible because of the internal lockdown. You can perform a directorial override to lift it, but that can only be done in the maintenance sector. Normally, you take the sector elevator down there. It connects all the sectors, but it won't work while the lockdown is in effect.
We already got past one lockdown.
Maybe I can find a way.
Jesse, look, with no prep, no training, in this extreme situation, you are doing phenomenally well. And all that and the hiss can't seem to affect you. I mean, I would love to run some tests on you. If you agree, that is.
You what?
We could find out something that would help us.
Tests? I don't know. She might find out about you. But I wouldn't mind understanding more myself.
Okay. If you think it will help.
Great. I'll check the internal documentation for any lockdown bypasses. We need to get these sectors open to locate Darling and Marshall.
And I'll look for a way inside the maintenance sector. The sooner we find one, the sooner I reach this override.
Directorial Override is the name of the next mission. And you know, I think that's probably...
Do you hear that? Someone's singing. Where's it coming from?
That's also probably a good place to end today's show.
Singing. Sounds like it's coming from the elevator.
Situation's getting worse. I saw Trench and Darling arguing.
Control is a very
Trench
strange
was furious.
title.
You don't think Darling...
Narratively, it has about as many twists and turns as you would
kill the
expect
boss.
from a Remedy game. But it's fit into this very interesting kind of Souls-like open-ended, open-world structure, which can be a little bit confusing if, you know, it can be a little bit confusing for something that feels like it should be playing in a linear fashion, but I'm intrigued. The layered puzzles and the different shifts in the world absolutely remind me of what they were doing with Alan Wake, while the action and seeming respawning enemies kind of keep the pace at a, you know, running at a steady tick. I like what they're doing here. It's very confusing so far, and like we just proved earlier, trying to explain any of this at all is very difficult. At least early on, it's very difficult to do. So I hope that with a little bit more time in the oven, we understand Control a little bit more. Tomorrow, we will be playing something different. We're going to try something different this week and kind of split up the games by days instead of having continuous days of the same game. So until further notice, Control is going to be on Mondays and potentially Thursdays. Tomorrow, we're going to be starting Batman Return to Arkham / Arkham Asylum for the reprisal that everyone's been waiting for. And on Wednesdays, you know, that's our co-op day with my man Reekin69, aka Reekin TV. We'll be playing Streets of Rage and potentially another surprise game that I just cooked up out of nowhere. Should be a good time. Should be a good time. But until tomorrow's show, thank you everybody who stopped by. Thank you everybody for lurking. Love you all. Have a great night. And I will see you all in the next one. Have an amazing night, you wonderful people. Goodbye.